Now that we know that the A value is what makes our parabola get wider or more narrow, we can go ahead and use the A value just to quickly graph. So again, the A value is kind of like a good thing to use to graph quickly once you have your vertex. So these two items will be quick to graph. And again, A is always in the equation. The vertex will be either given to you or you will find it using negative B over 2A. So how do we graph when we have those two things? Always start by graphing the vertex. That's quick. Then we get 2 more points using the A value. Remember, the A value tells us to move up or down. So for the next 2 points, we will be going up or down based on A being positive or negative. And then we always move 1 unit to the right and 1 unit to the left. What that means, let's say A is negative 3. If this is my vertex, I am going to be going down 1, 2, 3, and 1 to the right, and 1 to the left, and putting 2 points in those spots. That will give me 3 points to graph my parabola, which is the third step. So let's go ahead and see how this works out on the 4 examples below. So let's look at example 1. We are given that our vertex is negative 2, negative 6, meaning 2 to the left, 6 down, right here. My A value tells me to move up 4 units, and then 1 to the left and 1 to the right. So I'm going to go ahead and move up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 to the left, 1 to the right. We put our point to the left, to the right. These 4 units, these 3 points make up my parabola. When you connect it, try as best you can to make it look like a parabola, not a V shape. And I'm done. That's pretty much how we graph a parabola once we have our A value and our vertex ready to go. Let's go ahead and look at number 2. We have 5, 3 as our vertex, so we graph 5 to the right, 3 up. There it is. Now my A value is negative 2. This is going to be a downward facing parabola, so I am going to be moving 2 units down, 1's left, 1's right. Put our 2 other points, a total of 3 points for our parabola. Then we go ahead and graph this parabola. Notice that the first parabola is a lot narrower than the second one because it stretches a little bit more. Let me actually go ahead and move on to the next problem now. But before I go over 3 and 4, I want you to try them on your own. So pause the video and then check your 2 parabolas for examples 3 and 4. So let's go ahead and see what you have once you've done them. All right, so your 3 and 4 should already be complete. Now you're just checking it against my answers here. So your vertex should be here. Check that it's there, otherwise fix it. A value is negative 1, which means you're going to go down 1 to the left, down 1 to the right, and you're going to graph your parabola. Negative parabola going down. Let's look at the next one. You should have your vertex at negative 8, 4, and actually that number is kind of too big, actually, so we're going to have to change it. So let's go ahead and put, let's make it a negative 5. Let's make it a negative 5. All right, let's go ahead and graph it. Let's go put our vertex at negative 5, positive 4. And my A value is half. So when I have a fraction or number that's not a whole number, that's how much I'm going to move up or down. So in terms of units or little boxes on our grid. So I'm going to be going up half a box. 1's to the left. So you're going to be right in the middle. 1's to the right. And this will make my parabola wider. Remember, the A value tells me how wide the parabola is. Because I had a small number, it makes it wider. The bigger the number,